Let's talk about something really interesting, maybe even a little mysterious. It's that feeling, that power, to see connections and solutions that are just completely invisible to everyone else around you.
You know the feeling, right? You're in a room, everyone's staring at the same problem, and then, click, the answer just appears in your mind. It seems so obvious to you, but when you try to explain it, you just get blank stares. It's like you're seeing a completely different world. So what is actually going on in that moment?
Well, it might feel like you've suddenly developed a superpower, but I promise it's not magic. It's not some mystical sixth sense. It's actually all about how your brain is fundamentally wired to work.
Look, our brains are okay at linear stuff, following a recipe, solving a math problem step by step, but that's not where they really shine. Their true genius, their superpower, is in making these massive creative leaps. Think about Einstein, not mixing chemicals in a lab, but just imagining riding on a beam of light. It's in those kinds of thought experiments, those brand new connections, that the brain's real power is unleashed.
It's easy to think of our brains as just processing what comes in, what we see, what we hear. But here's a wild fact for you. The parts of your brain that are dedicated to just seeing or just hearing, they take up a tiny, tiny fraction of the space. So, what is all that other mental real estate even for?
Yeah, get this, about 85%.
That massive chunk of your brain is what scientists call multimodal association areas. And that's just a fancy way of saying their entire job, their only job, is to connect everything.
These areas are like the master weavers of your mind. They're constantly taking in everything, sights, sounds, memories, feelings, that random fact you learned yesterday, and they weave it all together. Their whole purpose is to find the patterns hidden deep inside, to forge these totally unique connections, and to generate insights that are yours and yours alone. Why? Because nobody else on the planet has your exact mix of experiences and memories.
So, what's the bottom line? All of this incredible brain machinery has one main result: giving you the ability to find pathways and see connections that are, for all intents and purposes, invisible to other people. Now, in English, we kind of struggle to name this. We call it intuition, or a gut feeling, maybe a hunch. But it turns out there's a culture that has a single, perfect word that nails this idea exactly. That word is Feraset. It's this idea of a deep insight, the ability to perceive things that other people just can't. But the real secret, the real key to understanding this whole thing, is actually hidden inside the word itself.
Because this is where it gets really, really cool. When you trace the word back to its origins, you find this beautiful, powerful metaphor that just unlocks the entire concept. Okay, are you ready for this? The literal meaning of Feraset is horse sight. I know, right? It comes from the Arabic word for horse, faras. It sounds a little strange at first, but trust me, it is an absolutely brilliant way to describe this ability.
So, why a horse? What on earth does the way a horse sees the world have to do with this powerful mental ability? Well, the answer is all in the biology. Think about it. We humans, like most predators, have our eyes right in the front of our heads. This gives us great depth perception and a really narrow, focused view. It's perfect for locking onto a single target. A horse, though, it's a prey animal. Its eyes are on the sides of its head. Now, it gives up a little bit of that sharp focus, but in return, it gets this incredible, almost 330-degree panoramic view. It's designed to see the whole environment at once, to catch that tiny bit of movement way off to the side that a predator would totally miss. And that is the metaphor. Feraset isn't just about seeing one thing really clearly. It's the ability to have a wide, panoramic mental view. It's about seeing the entire conceptual landscape at once, all the different scattered ideas, and spotting the connections way out on the periphery that narrow, focused, linear thinking just completely overlooks. Okay, and here is, without a doubt, the most important part of this whole idea. This is not some innate gift you're either born with or you're not. This ability, this horse sight, is a skill. It's something that you can actively develop, that you can strengthen through a very specific process. So what does that path look like? Well, it starts with intention and effort. You have to really immerse yourself in a problem. Next comes courage, the guts to actually move past the obvious answers and be willing to make a bold leap. When you combine those two, you cultivate this expanded perspective, the sense of freedom, where your brain's association areas can finally do their best work. And from that state, insight, Feraset, just sort of emerges naturally. It's the payoff. So just remember, seeing what others don't, it isn't some lucky accident. It's the predictable, natural result of a mind that has been deliberately prepared with effort, that has practiced being courageous, and that has been given the freedom to make its own amazing connections.
It is an incredible skill to build. But it does leave us with one final and kind of heavy question. What actually happens to a person who can see a world, a reality, that is totally invisible to everyone else around them? What's it like to walk down a path that no one else even knows exists?